Next is flower. Flower is usually the most attractive part of the plant, and it is generally what? It is a modified shoot system. Okay. If we talk about the flower, it basically consists of four whorls. The spelling of whorls are WHORLS. Okay. First is sepal, second is petals, third is stamen, and fourth is pistil. These are four whorls. Whorls means covering. Okay. Whorls means covering. So a complete flower will have a sepal, petal, stamen, and pistil. And when I will teach you about what are sepal, petals, stamen, and pistil, this will be very clear to you all. Okay. Structure of flower. If we see the structure of flower, there are two parts. First is vegetative part and second is reproductive part. Okay. First is petals. Petals are basically very bright colored part that attract bees, insects and birds. And what it will do? It will generally help in the process of reproduction. Okay. And second is the sepal. Sepal is a green colored part beneath the petal, which generally what? It protects the arising buds. Okay. Next is the reproductive part of flower. See, stamen is known as the male reproductive part, and it has another name that is known as androecium. Okay. And if we say what is the stamen, what is androecium, both are what? Both are the synonyms. Don't get confused. What is the stamen and what is androecium? Both are synonym to each other. Okay. Upsi. Androecium. Androecium consists of two parts, anther and a filament. Anther is a yellowish sac-like structure involved in producing and storing the pollen grains. What are pollen grains? Pollen grains are very small globular structure, okay, which is generally appear rough on the surface. If we squash the anther, it will generally what? It will appear rough. Okay. And second is the filament. Filament is a thread object like structure, a tube like structure, that generally what? That supports the anther is known as the filament. Okay. Next is the pistil. Pistil is the innermost part of the plant. Okay. If anybody asks what is the innermost part of a flower, so your answer will be pistil. Pistil is the innermost part of a flower and is generally a female reproductive part. Okay. And it comprises of three parts: stigma, style and ovary. Okay. Stigma is basically the topmost part of or receptive tip of a carpel. Okay. Style is a long tube like slender stalk like structure. And ovary is basically ductless reproductive gland that holds a lot of ovule, and this ovule contains a very small structure that is known as egg. And this egg and this pollen grain, when it get mate, it generally forms a zygote, and this process is known as fertilization. Okay. Next is the type of flower. On the basis of number of coverings or holes, the flowers are classified into two: complete flower and incomplete flower. Complete flower are the flower which possess all the four holes on it, that is known as the complete flower. Means it will contain androecium, gynoecium, that sepal and petal. These all four covering, if it is present, then it is known as the complete flower. And incomplete flower are those which is missing one of either of the part, that is known as the incomplete flower. Either three will present, okay, or two will present, that is known as the incomplete flower. Okay. Next, on the basis of reproductive structure, okay, if the flower consists of either the male reproductive part or the female reproductive part, then it is known as unisexual flower. Means it will contain either stamen or either pistil. that is known as unisexual flower. And bisexual flower, if the flower consists of both male part and the female part, means stamen and pistil, if both is present, then it is known as bisexual flower. Okay, and bisexual flower has another name that is known as hermaphrodite. Okay, next is function of flower. Flower has a very important function, that is for sexual reproduction, and is this reproduction is basically done by the method that is known as the pollination. Now let's discuss, students, what is a pollination. Pollination is a method where pollen grains are picked from an anther and is transferred to the stigma. Okay, stigma is generally what? The female reproductive part. And you know, stigma is very sticky in nature. Okay, it has a nectar on its surface, and what happens? This pollen grain stick on the surface of a stigma. This pollen grain enter into the ovule, it get fertilized with the egg, and this process is known as fertilization. Okay. Okay, next is fruits. You know, fruits are juicy, pulpy, colored, and has generally a very good aroma, means smell, that encloses seed. It develops from ripe ovary. Ovary means the pollen grain has fertilizes the egg. That means the ripened ovary or the fertilized ovary generally develops into the fruit. Now let's discuss about the function of fruit. The function of fruit is to protect the seed inside and aids into its dispersal. Okay, sometimes what happens, the fruits have a hooks or spur, okay, which clings to the skin of the animal, and after that the seeds are dispersed into the various areas. Okay, and after that new plantlets are developed. Next is a seed. A seed is an important part of a flowering plant. They gave rise to a new plant. Okay, and the seeds may vary in shape, color, and size. Okay, and you know that when the seeds are get into the soil, they absorb water and various minerals, and grows into a small plantlet or seedling, that is known as germination. uh, it is very important to know what seed consists of. A seed has three parts. First is seed coat, second is endosperm, and third is embryo. A seed coat protects the internal part of a seed. The seed coat has two layers. The outer layer is thick and is generally known as testa. Okay. Second is endosperm. Endosperm contains the nutrients, and what it does, when the seed is generally germinating, means it is forming radicle and plumule. Radicle will grow into the root system, and plumule will grow into the shoot system. During the process of germination, this endosperm provide nutrients to the embryo. And next is cotyledon. Cotyledon provides nourishment to different parts of the embryo. It emerges as a tiny and a fleshy portion, okay, during the process of the germination. On the basis of the cotyledon, they are classified into two, monocots and dicots. What are monocots? Monocots are those which contain a single cotyledon emerging from the seed, that is known as monocots. Like for example, rice. This cotyledon cannot be divided into two equal halves. So if they are not divided into two equal halves, they are basically known as monocots. Okay, and if they are divided into two cotyledons, two equal parts are arising from the seeds, that is known as dicot seed. For example, tomato. Okay, thank you. I hope you have understood the chapter properly. What is plants? Why are they are in different forms? And what are the origin of fruit? seeds and everything. Okay, if you have any problem, just text me, ask me on WhatsApp group. Thank you so much.